They are sneezing. Oops. They
I'm
are
recording you
sneezing.
because you're just coming off so strong that I want to record you. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I need good speeches to record. So go ahead.
All right. My name is Celeste Hernandez, and I want you guys to look at both of these photos. They are sneezing, of course, but the other thing that they do have in common is that their eyes are shut. And that's something that I'm going to inform you guys of today for my informative speech, is the reason why people blink when they sneeze. So I will be informing you of the brain's reaction and how it becomes a sneeze, the involuntary action that results of the sneeze, and some of the theories that I have researched that sometimes can be the reason why you close your eyes. So when you sneeze, your nose gets agitated, things go in there like germs and pollen, and your body wants to find a way for it to leave the system. And one of those ways is a sneeze. You know how when you get itchy somewhere in your body, your hand or anything naturally reacts to scratching it. That's how your brain reacts to when things go in your nose and you need to sneeze. So a sneeze can be a sign of an allergy or a cold or that you got infected in some way. I know that there are many people out there that sneeze multiple times in like 3 seconds, and some people that just sneeze once and that's it. I know that I sneeze when I get cold. That's something that my dad has always told me, and at this point in my 20 years of being alive, I 100% believe it. So a sneeze is also known as a sternutation. That's a scientific term for it. Well, that's when pollen, dust, germs, or anything that enters the nose and agitates everything. So what happens is that your whole body gets affected by this sneeze. Your chest muscles, your diaphragm, your abdominals, vocal cords, and even your back muscles all contribute to your sneeze, which is why your whole body contracts, feels like you can't move, paralyzed, and then you sneeze. Ooh, such a relief. So blinking is an involuntary sign of sneezing. You could try to not blink. You could try it whenever you feel like you need to sneeze, but sometimes, you just can't help it. And I've noticed that in some articles, it is possible. Some people say that it is impossible, and some people say that it's possible. So when you guys get home, you guys can let me know that. But people think of the theories of why your eyes are always shut. One of them is that when your eyes close, when you sneeze, what happens is that the mucus and everything that comes out of your body doesn't go directly into your eyes. It's like a precautionary. Did you know also when you sneeze, all that mucus that comes out of you goes at least 100 miles per hour? And that's your body trying to make sure that none of it goes into your eyes. And then another theory, I thought it was interesting to put in here. It probably is not true, but I have seen it in some articles that the reason why your brain makes you close your eyes is because when your eyes open, they feel like your eyes are going to come out of your sockets. I know it's not true, but it's something that I have seen when I did my research for this speech. And although many scientists and researchers have different theories and hypotheses on why you blink when you sneeze, it's important to understand that sneezing is healthy. It's something that your body has just evolved to do to make sure that what's not supposed to be in your nose comes right out. And it's a way that your system cleans their nose. Now, you do have to sneeze correctly. I know that when I used to sneeze when I was little, I hated the idea that mucus would get all over my nose and my shirt and in my elbow where you're supposed to sneeze at. So I would close my nose every single time. And then when I did research on this speech, actually, I learned that that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to let it happen naturally. And I got new piercings, so now I don't touch my nose, which helps a lot with my system letting everything out. One thing though that people say is that when you have to sneeze correctly, because of the fact that if you don't, you will end up, blood vessels will end up like rupturing, and then you're gonna have to go to the hospital. And you do not want to do that, especially being a student going to school. So here's a tip for the end of my speech. You wash your hands, make sure you don't touch your face, and stay home when you're sick. But that is all for the reasons why you blink when you sneeze. Thank you so much.
Yay, don't stop your share screen. Okay, so my feedback for you, I love the way you jumped off. Just high energy, big smile, and you're like, I'm going to share with you. I mean, you just shouting from the rooftops about your presentation, and then sneezing could be a very boring topic, but you brought it on. I mean, you made me think about, oh my God, I do those things. I close my eyes, and so you taught us a lot. I do have some questions for you for the sake of the record. Did you have a thesis statement?
Yes, my thesis was that I'm informing you of the brain's reaction and how it's a sneeze, the involuntary action of the sneeze, and the theories in that show why you blink when you sneeze.
Awesome. And then can you just tell us one or two sources that you got this information from?
Yes, one of the sources that I got from was actually from the health.gov website. And that is usually where I got most of my information, because they did have their own questions where I was able to read along perfectly well.
Perfect. And then since you are being recorded, do you have any tips on how you prepared and brought on your energy?
In reality, my tip would just be do things ahead of time, even though it's scary to do speeches. But I do my outline so I don't over talk, because that's how I work. So
Nice. And your energy, what about that? What if a person's really shy and they're afraid to be so animated like you?
what I think is that I take a deep breath before my speeches and I pretend that nobody's in front of me. That's one of the things. So right over my computer is probably the wall and like my air conditioner, and that's what I'm looking at most of the time.
Nice. Okay, thank you. All right, let me stop the recording.